If you played Roblox in the past years, I'm sure you heard about Pet Simulator and possibly have tried to play it at least once. It's the biggest game franchise on Roblox, with Pet Simulator X alone being top 10 most visited game on Roblox, and from all 4 games you would get over 11 billions of visits in total. But why is Pet Simulator unbeatable? Is it really impossible for any other developer to create a game that would beat the original? To get the answer to the question, we should start by going all the way back to Pet Simulator 1. The game released on 4th of August, year 2018, and managed to get very popular quickly. In 2018 and 2019, the game had many thousands of players playing it every single day, as well as many YouTubers were making videos on the game. So why did Pet Simulator 1 become so popular? Back in 2018, a game where pets would break coins for you was something new. Players liked the idea of having pets that break coins for you to hatch more rare pets. It was pretty unique. Simulator games were only starting to rise, and Pet Simulator 1 was at least one of the main reasons for simulators to become more popular and the way they are right now. If you played Roblox in 2018 or 2019, you might remember that simulators were pretty new to Roblox, and the genre was growing very quickly with more and more simulators coming out with every year. Pet Simulator was pretty simple yet fun game, and many wanted to get a bite of money pie, so they started to either copy Pet Simulator or get inspired by it to create new simulator games. Like, for example, I'm sure Bubblegum Simulator was inspired by Pet Simulator in one or another way. If you take a look on Roblox right now, a lot of simulators have either copied or get inspired by Pet Simulator, which shows how big of an effect it had on Roblox. As we discussed Pet Simulator 1, which is the one to basically create Pet Simulator type of game genre, it's time to move to Pet Simulator 2. That game didn't last long at all, but it did have an effect on the future Pet Simulator games. Pet Simulator 2 released on the 1st December of 2019, which is almost 5 years ago, and as you can see, the quality of the game was much better. The pet designs created in Pet Simulator 2 were used in both Pet Simulator X and 99. As the quality have jumped up this much, the games that wanted to compete with Pet Simulator also had to rise the quality more, because at the time it came out, the game felt high quality. Even thought the game lost players very quickly, it was pretty important. And besides pet designs, some ideas such as the golden rainbow machines and hoverboards became pretty popular, and were also used in Pet Simulator X and 99. And as I mentioned Pet Simulator X, it's time to move to the biggest simulator game of all time on Roblox. The game released on 29th of July in 2021. And once again, when this game came out, it felt high quality. The plan was to combine Pet Simulator 1 and Pet Simulator 2 into one game, and it's noticeable. The idea did successfully work, and in 3 years, the game generated 8.7 billion of visits, making it the biggest simulator on Roblox. Pet Simulator 1 was the one to create the genre, but Pet Simulator X was the one to spread it the most, I would say. The amount of simulator games with pets that could steal one or another thing from Pet Simulator X is big. Games could use same Game Pass ideas, pet designs, world ideas, and more. Pet Simulator X had its ups and downs, as you can see on the player count graph, but it managed to live for a pretty long time, and it affected the entire Roblox in some way. Even though Pet Simulator 99 came out like 8 months ago as of this video, the game still manages to go above 7,000 of players every day, despite not having any updates at all. You can get pets there and transfer them to Pet Simulator 99, but I doubt that many are there just to hatch. And now let me bring in the question. Is it possible for anyone to beat pet simulators? Sure, Pet Simulator 1, 2, and X have lost the players, but it wasn't because of someone else. It was because of the developers of those games. The games would stop updating, and that would make players leave. The main reason behind, for example, Pet Simulator X fall isn't because of someone creating a better game, but because of developers stopping to update it, and still the game receives many thousands of players daily, which is still more than many other pet simulator type of games. And in this case, developers doesn't even have to do anything. This already shows how powerful Pet Simulator franchise is, but we still got one more game left, and it's Pet Simulator 99. It's the current pet simulator, with highest quality out of all of them. This game came out on the 1st December of year 2023, which is just like 8 months ago, and since then have been updating. At one point, it had updates every 3 weeks instead of weekly, which caused some player loss. But as you can see on the graph, player count somewhat did rise later again. The game has been up and running with hundreds of thousands of players daily since release, and by now already has 1.3 billion of visits, which is pretty impressive. Now, the first reason why Pet Simulator is pretty much unbeatable is the fact that there's a big development team behind current game, which is Pet Simulator 99. This allows big games to publish decently big updates weekly, as they do right now. It's very hard to compete in the amount of content you can offer over a month if you don't have a big developer team, too. But now let me give a bigger reason as to why people wouldn't switch from Pet Simulator even if there's a little better game. We all know that big games doesn't have the best reputation because of making their games pay to win. Pet Simulator X had a big problem with pay-to-win stuff, and Pet Simulator 99 also has some problems with that. But even though the game is more pay-to-win than some other games, it doesn't stop players from playing it even if they don't spend any money at all. And now let me explain this more. Let's take Bee Swarm Simulator. Many players like this game, and it's their favorite one on Roblox. And even though the game is pretty old with the old graphics and is barely updating, players didn't quit it to play a similar game. Bee Swarm Simulator is the one to start its own genre, and some developers wanted to make Bee Swarm type of games using the same main idea, but possibly making some changes in other things. Even if the game would end up with a better quality and more updates, that wouldn't make everyone leave Bee Swarm Simulator to only play the new game. If Bee Swarm Simulator doesn't completely ruin itself, many players will continue to play it even if it updates once a year. Let's say you have a favorite game, and you have played it for over a year by now. And then suddenly, there's a new game comes out that is very similar to your game but maybe better in a few things. Would you quit your favorite game to only play the new one? I highly doubt. You most likely would give the new game a try but wouldn't quit your favorite game. Unless the game stops updating or the updates make it a lot worse, right? Another good example could be with Souls RNG. That's the most popular RNG game on Roblox, and it gave motivation for other developers to create their own RNG games. In one of my last videos, I tried to play 4 RNG games including Souls RNG, and I thought that Souls RNG was the worst one out of 4, yet it has the most players. The same thing is happening there pretty much. Not everyone would quit the game they already play just to play a new one that would be a little better. Only if the game they play would ruin itself. And this works for Pet Simulator. Many players won't be quitting Pet Simulator only because there's a new, a little bit better game with same genre. Many started to play Pet Simulator, and many will continue until they get bored of the game or until developers stop updating it. That means Pet Simulator is pretty much unbeatable, and the only thing that could kill it are developers themselves who created it, which is in this case, big games. Other games could take some players from Pet Simulator, but definitely not kill it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. That would make my day better. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. Join my Discord server. You can find me and other members to chat with. The link is in description, and I will see you soon.